Yeah, personally, I've been involved for years, pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and after, and I've seen it take shape and take life. Every year brings a different flavor, but every year serves the same purpose of bringing this community together, from successful business leaders that have exited, have gone IPO, to the founders that are just curious about what it takes to start their own company. And for us as investors, it's an amazing week to bring people together, shake hands, talk about what they're seeing, mistakes people are making. It provides an epicenter that we can build off of for the rest of the year. So our goal at Caruso Ventures is to be a catalytic investor, and this event just encompasses everything we strive to be. One thing I've seen this week is the change of topics. There's AI everywhere, right? Unsurprising. For me, in particular, I'm excited about how much and how many people are talking about quantum. Colorado is an epicenter for quantum in the world, and we're seeing that at Colorado Startup Week. So earlier stage companies are showcasing themselves. Later stage companies are seeing success. Quantum's everywhere. On the flip side, you talk about something like fintech. A few years ago, fintech was in like half the panels. I think there was only one panel this week where fintech was featured, like in the title. So it just shows the seasonality of what people are interested in. So that's just one trend for this week. I think in Colorado, we're really starting to understand our strengths and kind of the different industries where we are really built to succeed. Defense tech, space tech, life sciences. We're really kind of surrounding our strengths and building upon that versus trying to take on everything all at once. We know we're not the strongest at everything, but I'm really confident that there's some select industries that Colorado can both remain a global player, but also improve its global position at any stage. Yeah, I mean, the obvious is quality of life. It's easier to retain talent out here. Cost of living relative to other hubs is still affordable. Um, it's changing, but when you talk about starting a company in the Bay Area or starting a company in even New York City, there is a cost of living benefit for coming here. We're also seeing growth beyond Denver and Boulder. So Colorado, like greater Colorado, is showing a big increase in startup activity and people wanting to move to those regions. So we're finding that our portfolio companies are having, frankly, an easy time finding talent and retaining that talent once they're hired. What people don't realize is how much capital formation we have in this state. So there is a lot of capital here already. There's also capital moving here. Successful founders that have exited companies elsewhere are building a life here called a retirement, and they're looking to give back. So we're seeing new faces come in week after week, eager to get involved. They're going to be deploying capital, and our goal is really to encourage them to deploy capital locally because that gets recycled in this ecosystem and we can continue to grow. So Colorado has a really unique open, we come in open arms with both investors and founders, and we welcome people into the community. And I feel like that's pretty unique, and I hope it never changes. I moved to Colorado over 10 years ago, not for business, really for fun. I race bikes. But now I'm here because of the business community. When I was curious about jumping into investing or curious about jumping into being an operator, I wasn't met with skepticism. I was met with, hey, let us help you with that. We can help you along your journey. And I see that here this week at Colorado Startup Week nonstop, and I hope that never stops. Well, when you talk about an ecosystem, partnerships are implied. I'll start with an example. Quantum is a heavily research-based technology. Without research and academics, there's no way an ecosystem could form around that kind of technology. There's been 8 Nobel Prizes won in quantum, and 4 came from CU Boulder. And you can see how the ecosystem has built around that. And they have built partnerships with the companies looking to commercialize that technology and take it mainstream. The university ecosystem we have here is really unique. We have Colorado School of Mines, we have CU Boulder, we have Colorado State University, and I'm missing like 10 others. But each one of those universities is a backbone for something that's really important and for companies to build off of. But beyond just academic institutions, we also have big banks moving here. We have high, partners from big investment firms moving here. And while their companies may not be based in Denver or Boulder, having those people here to shake hands in person and form partnerships with these companies makes the growth a lot less, rocky. When they can call on their key partners, get the resources they need, and grow without hitting too many roadblocks. Oh man, um, a lot. I mean, being a founder is hard. You're both finding yourself while building a company. At the earliest stage, what we see is founders come in and they may have a great idea, and they pitch that idea, but what they forget to do is pitch themselves. In reality, when you invest in a company at the earliest stage, you put as much of your money behind that founder as you do their idea. You want them to come in and have a big vision and certainly have the skills to take it where they want to take it. We want to see, venture capital type returns, all those buzzwords. But the reality is when you invest in a company with, say, a first check-in, it's not a matter of if they're going to have to pivot. Even if it's minor, they are going to have to pivot. So you need a strong, resilient founder that knows that's coming, that has a track record or expertise to be able to navigate that. So we see investors, kind of have a little part of their pitch dedicated to why they are the right person to run that company. But when you're an early stage founder, that's like the centerpiece of your pitch. What's unique about you? Why are you the person to go build this? And why, you're 2 steps ahead of the next person. Well, we're focused on Colorado. We're industry agnostic within Colorado. So the easiest way to get my attention is start your company in Colorado. Come talk to me. Um, Even if you're starting your company elsewhere, if you're thinking about moving or setting up a satellite office in Colorado, that's how you get my attention. Big, bold vision combined with you see the value of what it means to build a company in Colorado. I want to talk to you. Beyond that, we're looking for people pushing technology, innovating, doing something that somebody's never done before, something that's going to disrupt the current state. We want to hear that even if your technology is in its infancy in a lab, we want to hear your big, bold vision. So Colorado-based, you have a big vision, you're driven. If you can do all 3 of those things, likely we're going to have a really good first conversation. Well, at Caruso Ventures, we're easy to find online, social media. Me personally, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is cody@carusoventures.com. You'll see me around town navigating Boulder, Denver, but also beyond. We are in a unique position as a venture capital firm in that we're a single family office. So we don't have to actually raise capital. So we're able to kind of use that time that we otherwise would be spent fundraising to really get involved in the community. So whether it be events like Colorado Startup Week, Boulder Roots Music Festival, which we're involved with, Boulder Startup Week, our team is out there. Don't hesitate to say hi to them, ask them for a business card. We want to learn more about what you're building. So Caruso Ventures is a Boulder-based single-family office. Our 10-year mission is to be the most catalytic investor in Colorado. And really what that means is we want Colorado to be the #1 investment destination between the West Coast and the Northeast. In some cases, we're already there. In other areas, we're not. But we think we have the secret sauce, the tools, the resources to make that happen over 10 years. What catalytic means in our effort to get there is to bring people together, which is exactly what Colorado Startup Week is doing. Both investors, founders, community members, partners, all of that is necessary if we want to be that #1 destination for investment. So we invest in companies, Series C, Series A, typically with $1 to $2 million checks to start. We focus on companies based in Colorado or having a really, really strong Colorado connection. And beyond that, we're industry agnostic, but we're very heavily invested in deep tech, in part because that's what Colorado is good at. So you'll catch us at quantum events, space tech, hard tech. Again, all industries Colorado is good at, we have a unique passion for.